Hey guys, it's Claire and welcome to 5 books I gave 5 stars. These are all books I've read this year and we're coming up on the end of 2023 and I have crushed my book goal for this year. It started out at 15 books and then by January I had already read 15 books and so I went to 25 and then 50 and then 100 and I'm gonna have to make a soft goal of 50 books next year because I crushed it. But I thought I would share some of my favorites with you guys. So I'm gonna try to do these in the order I read them in, if I remember correctly. So the first book I have is Happy Place by Emily Henry, and this was all over Book Talk. So I was like, okay, this is gonna be pretty interesting, right? Because if millions of people like it, it can't suck. Well, 50 Shades of Grey does exist, so I could be wrong about that. I actually discovered a new bookstore with this book. Ink Drinkers Anonymous is a local bookstore in Muncie, Indiana, and Keely, the owner, is so nice, and I go there for most of my books. I think 3 of the books I have here are from her shop, so yeah. Thanks, Queen. So if you're living under a rock and you don't know what Happy Place is about, it is about these group of friends who go on a vacation together, which all of her books are on vacation, it's crazy. And her fan group does not know that she and her fiance are no longer together, so they put them in the same room and then they have to deal with the fact that they didn't actually want to break up. But it's super sweet. Can I just have a guy like Wade in my life, please? I did cry at the end. I think all of these books, except the one, I cried at the end. Then my second recommendation from Keely was Razorblade Tears by S.A. Cosby. If you're gonna read any books this year, this needs to be in your top 5 because I can't even explain how wonderful this book is. It is about 2 fathers who aren't really on the best of terms because they're both homophobic. Anyways, their sons were married and were brutally murdered, and the cops really don't care about the situation, so the 2 of them have to team up to figure out why their sons died, and one of them has to take care of their daughter. It's like a whole thing, but I cried. This book gets very dark, so like lots of trigger warnings, but please read this. Then I read The Only One Left by Riley Sager, my favorite Riley Sager book. I've read this one, Final Girls, and The House Across the Lake, and this is by far my favorite. The plot twist at the end is crazy. I'm not gonna spoil anything about this book because you just need to read it. If you like thriller, you like mystery, you like scary stuff, this is for you. The house being up here on the thing, it does come into play, I will tell you that. And then I read History Is All You Left Me by Adam Silvera. I don't know if this is my favorite Adam Silvera book, but I wanted to have all of the physical copies with me. I was gonna use More Happy Than Not, which is the first Adam Silvera book that I read, but it is in a moving box because I was supposed to move earlier this year and I'm not getting that out.
Sorry!
But History Is All You Left Me is such a good book. It is about this boy whose boyfriend dies. He doesn't really know how to handle that information, and he becomes friends with his boyfriend's other boyfriend before he died. So the main character and his boyfriend broke up and he moved, and so he had a new boyfriend where he lived, and those 2 become friends, and it's just very sad. But I love queer romance, so what can you say? And Adam Silvera, just phenomenal author. And then last night I finished reading If I See You Again by Robbie Couch, and I literally cried. Last night I made a TikTok of me crying to this book. It is about this kid right here, Clark right here, keeps waking up and it's the same day, September 19th, over and over again for like literally a whole year. It's 365 days of him waking up and it being September 19th. But on, I think it's day 309, in enters this man over here. Bo shows up and he has no idea why after 309 days that he's meeting someone new, but he finds out that he was supposed to meet him, and like there's this whole thing about being lonely. And what actually made me start crying wasn't even the book, it was in the acknowledgements. The last, I'm gonna cry again, it says, anyone, especially young LGBTQ plus people who've ever felt trapped in their loneliness, in their loneliness, tomorrow will come and I can't wait to see you there. Like, that is so important. But anyways, those are 5 books I give 5 stars, and I hope you'll stick around for every book I read in 2023.